Okay, good morning, guys. Is the screen visible to you? The OneNote screen? Okay, fine. Just a second. So, the topic for today is upper motor neuron lesion versus lower motor neuron lesion. In the last class, we studied about the descending tracts. We studied about the upper motor and lower motor neurons. What are they and what do you mean by them? Okay. So today we will be discussing about कि जब lesions होते हैं इनके तो क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं और किस तरीके से हमें पिक्चर मिलेगी. ओके फाइन. सो you know this already. If this is the brain, this is cerebellum which I have made here. This is midbrain, pons, medulla and spinal cord. So what happens? Cortex say there are these neurons which start and they end up, these are upper motor neuron, right? They end up somewhere in the spinal cord. Also what happens is they give out few branches from the level of pons or medulla. We give out few branches to some cranial nerve nuclei, right? This we all studied. From the cranial nerve nuclei there are these are known as corticonuclear or corticobulbar tracts, right? They are the upper motor neuron tracts, and ये जो होंगी after this cranial nerve nuclei, whatever tracts they are, they will be known as lower motor neuron tracts. They will be particularly going to the muscles of face and all. Likewise, at the level of the spinal cord, they will branch with another what do you call it, neuron. This is again lower motor neuron and this is upper motor neuron. So they are cortico spinal tracts and they are the lower motor neuron tracts which will be going to the muscle, and there are two of them actually, right? You know this already, that there are two of them, alpha and gamma. So alpha is going to go into the extrafusal muscle fibers and gamma is going to go into the intrafusal muscle fibers. ये बेस आप इतना बेसिस आपको ऑलरेडी पता है. We'll just try to build up upon this. Now ब्रेन से लेके, दिस इज कॉर्टेक्स, कॉर्टेक्स से लेके स्पाइनल कॉर्ड के बीच में कहीं पे भी कोई लीजन होता है, दैट विल बी नोन एज अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. और उसके नीचे यहाँ पर कोई भी लीजन होता है, इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड. लाइकवाइज जो कॉर्टिकोन्यूक्लियर है, कॉर्टिकोबल्बर ट्रैक्ट्स हैं, उसमें इफ देयर आर द लीजन सम एनीवेयर बिटवीन कॉर्टेक्स एंड द न्यूक्लियस, so it would be known as pseudo bulbar lesion or pseudo bulbar palsy. Fine. Or from the nucleus to effector organ, न्यूक्लियस से लेके जो क्रेनियल न्यूक्लियस है वहां से लेके और इफेक्टर ऑर्गन मसल तक के बीच में कहीं पे भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम आती है, उसको बोलते हैं बल्बर पाल्सी. सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड. Is this okay? So Haji, I need a feedback. Pseudobulbar palsy and bulbar palsy, is it okay? ये समझ में आ गया आप लोग? Okay. So when we talk of upper motor and lower, so if you see upper motor, pseudobulbar palsy is a type of upper motor neuron lesion. In loose term, you can say it's an upper motor neuron type of lesion. And bulbar palsy, you can lose in loose terms, you can say that it is a lower motor neuron type of a palsy or lower motor neuron type of lesion. However, इनको जो हम नाम देते हैं वो ये देते हैं pseudobulbar and bulbar palsy. Fine. जो मेन आज हमें पढ़ना है वो pseudobulbar and bulbar palsy नहीं पढ़ना है. We will be majorly talking of the corticospinal tracts जो है and thereafter जो इसके lower motor neuron है उनकी हम palsy basically पढ़ने वाले. चलो अब देखिए होता कब है ये अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. व्हाट आर द रीजंस व्हेन दिस अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन हैपेंस. सो द रीजन, मोस्ट कॉमन रीजन तो एनी कार्डियोवास्कुलर एक्सीडेंट, जिसको अगर ब्रेन में होता है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं, हम स्ट्रोक बोलते हैं. इट कैन बी हेमरेजिक स्ट्रोक, इट कैन आल्सो बी ड्यू टू एथेरोस्क्लेरोसिस. देन there are many diseases which can lead to demyelination of the axons. तो जो डिसेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट्स हैं उनकी demyelination बहुत सारी डिजीज करेंगी. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल मल्टीपल स्क्लेरोसिस is one disease, right? Also in vitamin B12 deficiency this happens. Then it can also happen to less extent in amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. आप आगे इसके बारे में थोड़ा और पढ़ेंगे in next few classes. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Okay. इनमें तो अच्छा, इसके अलावा there is this Friedreich's ataxia. In these diseases what happens, there is particularly demyelination of axons of descending tracts. Fine. And in amyotrophic lateral sclerosis what happens, there is the loss of cell bodies itself. ठीक है, कहाँ किस लेवल पे, ब्रेन के लेवल पे. तो कॉर्टेक्स के अंदर जो सोमेटोसेंसरी कॉर्टेक्स है या फिर आपका प्राइमरी मोटर कॉर्टेक्स है एएलएस के अंदर, even that is damaged, cell bodies are damaged. So these are the common examples of upper motor neuron lesion. इसके अलावा जो लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन है उसके कौन कौन से एग्जांपल्स हैं. एक तो जो हम अपर मोटर में एएलएस पढ़ रहे थे, इवन द एएलएस कैन लीड टू द डैमेज ऑफ द सेल बॉडीज एट द वेंट्रल हॉर्न. तो इसलिए it can also lead to lower motor neuron lesion. इसके अलावा there are many viral infections which can lead to lower motor neuron lesion. For example, most common example is poliomyelitis. These days it is very rare, it's not seen thankfully, but polio के definitely आपने patients तो देखे होंगे who have had polio. They typically present with the lower motor neuron type of lesion. In fact, जब हम lower motor neuron lesion के हम features पढ़ेंगे, then we'll try to understand that how the polio के जितने भी features हैं, we can easily remember the lower motor neuron lesion features by remembering the polio case. इसके अलावा there can be like for example diabetes mellitus. So diabetes के mellitus के secondary there is one condition which is known as neuropathy. You might be knowing that diabetes lead to damage to kidneys. It can also lead to neuropathy. So nephropathy and neuropathy are two very common features of diabetes mellitus, especially prolonged diabetes mellitus. So diabetic neuropathy can be one of the reasons of this lower motor neuron lesion. इसके अलावा एक और डिजीज होती है स्पाइनल मस्कुलर डिस्ट्रॉफी. This can lead to lower motor neuron लीजन्स। सो अब हम बेसिकली हमने रीजंस तो पढ़ लिए लोअर और अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन्स के। नाउ विल रीड अबाउट कि इन दोनों में चेंजेस क्या क्या होते हैं। तो ये देखते हैं किस किस चीज में चेंजेस होते हैं। देखो, एक तो दोनों के अंदर जो मसल मास है, because they are both of them are related with the muscle activity, so muscle mass is going to reduce in both of them, both in upper motor neuron lesion as well as lower motor neuron lesion. इसके अलावा हम क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे? We'll talk of the tone in the muscles, we'll talk of the deep tendon reflexes, DTRs. We'll also talk of fibrillations and fasciculations which are going to happen, and we'll also be reading about few extra reflexes जैसे कि Babinski reflex. We'll also read about that और कैसे कैसे differences होते हैं. So first thing first, we'll talk of the mass and we'll talk that how upper motor neuron lesion is different from lower motor neuron lesion. These are the things to understand, and you will be asked at every point. I mean, वाइवा में भी आपसे ये पूछा जा सकता है, क्वेश्चन भी ऐसे थ्योरी के अंदर आ सकता है आपका। देखो, अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन में हो क्या रहा है? अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन में देयर इज नो सिग्नल व्हिच इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द ब्रेन, राइट? ब्रेन से कोई सिग्नल नहीं आ रहा है, ओके। हाउएवर योर लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन दैट इज इंटैक्ट, ओके। तो न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन जो होता है आपका, जो फाइनल न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन है, let us say this is nerve and this is the muscle membrane. So इस न्यूरॉन के अंदर there are vesicles with acetylcholine. इसमें तो कोई डाउट है नहीं, है ना? acetylcholine है यहाँ पे। However, what has happened, पीछे से जो सिग्नल आना था that is not there. So इस केस में जो मसल है that will be contracting less, है ना? और less contraction की वजह से, because you know this that muscle builds up when you use it, right? जिम के अंदर भी क्या करते हैं? When you go to gym, what do? You basically use your muscle, you carry heavy weights, and that is the reason that hypertrophy of the muscle happens. So if you don't use this muscle, if you don't contract this muscle, definitely there has to have loss of mass. Simple to understand. However, this loss of mass is not very severe. So there can be to the tune of 20% loss. So 80% muscle mass फिर भी रहेगा, okay? लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन के अंदर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन में, अच्छा, अपर मोटर में मैंने क्या बताया आपको? दैट हियर द वेसिकल्स आर देयर, एसिटाइलकोलिन इज देयर, द सोडियम इज आल्सो देयर एट दिस क्लेफ्ट. सो समटाइम्स एट रैंडम ऑटोमेटिकली आल्सो, कई बार क्या होता है, कभी कभी इसको थोड़ी बहुत इनर्वेशन मिल सकती है, ठीक है? इफ एट ऑल लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन इज एक्साइटेड समहाउ, okay? So loss of mass is there, but it's not very severe. अच्छा, तो ये जो डिस्ट्रॉफी ये जो एट्रॉफी है, this atrophy is because of less usage of muscle. So this is known as disuse atrophy, ठीक है? Because muscle use कम हो रही है, इसलिए disuse या ause atrophy हो रही है, which is loss of mass is little less here. Lower motor neuron में क्या हो रहा है? The neuron which is there, which was there earlier, now that is not there, okay? So this neuron is damaged. So इसके अंदर इसको बोलते हैं हम, there is denervation of muscle. So this is denervation atrophy. बिल्कुल भी यहाँ पे स्टेल्कोलिन नहीं है, there is denervation atrophy. What does it lead to? Denervation atrophy है, it leads to severe decrease in mass. So 80% reduction हो जाता है mass का. 80% loss of muscle can happen. Loss of mass can happen. Okay. So that is this. So basically, this is seen in the with respect to mass. ठीक है, अब हम बात करते हैं fasciculations की. Okay, what do you mean by fasciculation? मास आपने देख लिया, अपर मोटर में कम लॉस होगा, लोअर मोटर में सीवियर लॉस होगा. इनफैक्ट इफ यू रिमेंबर, जस्ट ट्राई टू रिमेंबर एनी पोलियो केस. पोलियोमाइलाइटिस के कोई भी पेशेंट आपने देखे ही होंगे, अगर ऑब्वियसली हॉस्पिटल में तो नहीं, बट आपके आसपास डेफिनेटली यू मस्ट हैव सीन अ पोलियो पेशेंट. व्हाट यू हैव सीन देयर इज वेरी थिन लिम्ब, थिन लेग. वो किस वजह से होता है बहुत थिन? बिकॉज देयर इज वेरी सीवियर लॉस ऑफ द मसल. ओके ओके, और ये किसमें पोलियो, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ लीजन इज देयर इन पोलियो? इट इज लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. नाउ यू कैन आई थिंक रिमेंबर, ये पोलियो लोअर मोटर है और उसमें बहुत ज्यादा थिन लिम्स होते हैं, सो देयर इज सीवियर लॉस ऑफ मसल. लेट अस टॉक ऑफ द fasciculations. What do you mean by fasciculations? Fasciculations they are involuntary pathological contractions. So they are involuntary pathological muscle contractions. Right? अब involuntary है मतलब this is not under your control. Pathological है, they are not normal. Sometimes you might have observed कि facial twitching आपने कभी देखा होगा, जैसे कभी अपने आप ही क्या हो रहा है आपके फेस में, there is subset of muscles जो कि ट्विच कर रही है, मतलब अपने आप हल्का हल्का मूव कर रही है, राइट? सो दैट अगेन इज वन ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ fasciculation, बट दैट इज नॉर्मल. ओके, कई बार ऐसा होता है आपकी, जैसे बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, यू कॉल इट आंख फड़कना. व्हाट इज दैट? आंख फड़कना, आई एम श्योर मोस्ट ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव एनकाउंटर्ड इट. देयर इज इनवॉलंटरी movement of your eyelids, involuntary movement of your eyelids. But so again that usually is physiological, उसमें कोई problem नहीं होती है. However, if that is prolonged and that becomes pathological, that is known as fasciculation. Okay. Important feature is fasciculation is seen in lower motor neuron lesions. This is the point to remember. Why in lower motor neuron lesions? इसका भी एक ये है फंडा, इसके पीछे भी एक रीजन है. See, what basically happens if this is cut? As I told you in the previous example, in lower motor neuron में this neuron is lost and this is muscle. So यहाँ पर क्या होगा? Acetylcholine जो है, that would be severely reduced. There would be very less acetylcholine. But what does muscle want? Muscle definitely wants more and more of acetylcholine. So for it to sustain, तो muscle क्या करती है? Let us say they were the initial acetylcholine receptors on the muscle. What will now muscle do? Muscle will have new acetylcholine receptor. There would be upregulation of the acetylcholine receptors for the seeking or for the want of acetylcholine. ये थोड़ा सा भी acetylcholine आए कहीं पे भी तो मैं उसको मिस ना करूं. Okay, so for this particular reason, so just after lower motor neuron lesions, what does muscle do automatically? That it upregulates the acetylcholine receptors. So there is increase in the acetylcholine receptors in the postsynaptic membrane at the level of postsynaptic neuromuscular junction, basically, right? And this was, why was this so? Because there was less acetylcholine which was present. It so happens, right? जिस चीज की हमारे पास कमी होती है, हम चाहते हैं कि वो हमें मिल जाए किसी तरीके से. The same thing is happening at the level of the neuromuscular junction, at the level of muscle. So it tries to capture whatever acetylcholine it has, the cleft has, by increasing the acetylcholine receptors. Right? So अब क्या होगा? अब बहुत सारे acetylcholine receptors हैं. Now let us say there is some sort of any physical, contact. Like for example, you did a simple tapping over muscle. ठीक है, आपने सिर्फ एक टैप किया मसल के ऊपर, तो इस मसल टैपिंग की वजह से व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, because there are so many acetylcholine receptors, and you know acetylcholine receptors are associated with what? Just tell me right now. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed few ones. Bulbar palsy, pseudobulbar palsy आपने पूछा हुआ है, and could you please repeat how loss of muscle mass is occurring? Atul, loss of muscle mass is occurring because of two things. Because of loss of muscle mass is occurring because of two things. Either the neurons which are supplying to the muscle that are not there. So lower motor neuron में तो ये होता है, because there is no neuron, so ultimately there is no excitation at the level of muscle. So because of that, if muscle is not activated at all, it will not receive any signal whatsoever. तो उस केस में क्या होगा, शुरू में तो आपका ये मैं जो मैं बता रहा हूँ फेसिकुलेशन ये होंगी, बट ओवरऑल आफ्टर सम टाइम व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, इवन दे आर गोइंग टू डाई ऑफ एंड द मसल मास विल बी वेरी वेरी सीवियर. और एक आपका होता है डिसयूज एट्रोफी, बिकॉज वॉलेंट्री कंट्रैक्शन मसल की खत्म हो गई है बिकॉज ऑफ द अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. However, there is very small amount of acetylcholine, so lower motor neuron तो है उसके अंदर, so some amount of acetylcholine is there, which can ultimately lead to you know at sub threshold level it can lead to excitation of the muscle. However, in that case also, because muscle is not used, voluntarily बहुत यूज नहीं हो रही है, तो धीरे धीरे मसल लॉस होगा. मसल लॉस इज मोर इन लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन एज कंपेयर टू अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन. Just for repetition sake of the bulbar and pseudobulbar palsy, if from the cortex till the cranial nerve nuclei this tract is compromised somewhere, it is known as pseudobulbar palsy. See, bulbar simply means the nucleus. Okay, so nucleus इसमें ठीक ठाक है, इसीलिए इसको बोलते हैं pseudobulbar. बिकॉज वैसे आपको क्या लगेगा कि भाई क्रेनियल नर्व खराब है हमारी, है ना, तो क्रेनियल नर्व के जितने फंक्शंस हैं मोस्टली फेस रिलेटेड फंक्शंस हैं, राइट. सो फेस की जितने भी एक्सप्रेशंस हो गए, टंग की मूवमेंट हो गई, ऑल दोस थिंग्स, या फिर नेक की और दीस थिंग्स, सो क्रेनियल नर्व के जितने भी फंक्शंस हैं दे विल बी गॉन. However, why is it called pseudobulbar? Simply because the cranial nerve nucleus that is intact, right? But the signal coming to this, that is compromised. So ultimately लगेगा कैसा कि आप cranial nerve nucleus में compromise है, but cranial nerve is okay. The problem is before that. So it is known as pseudobulbar palsy. And in bulbar palsy, either the cranial nerve nucleus or the cranial nerve itself somewhere अपने पाथ में कहीं पे ये compromised है. So that will be known as pseudobulbar palsy. Sorry, that will be known as bulbar palsy. Because इस केस में एक्चुअली में cranial nerve में इशू है. Okay, I think it is okay now. And yes, the question I asked, Shriharsha rightly answered that acetylcholine receptors are associated with ion channels, most commonly sodium ion channels. Hold on, एक दो question और हैं. Sweetie, during upper motor neuron lesion, in case of upper motor neuron lesion, there might be some acetylcholine which is coming here, and some EPSPs which will be formed at the level of muscle. Okay, excitatory postsynaptic potentials can occur, or sub-threshold things can happen. Okay, so there might not be, what do you call it, there might not be full-fledged contraction as such, but there will be excitation at the postsynaptic potential, this postsynaptic membrane or the muscle end of the neuromuscular junction. Still excitation will be there, right? So there might not be the muscle contraction per se, but बाकी चीजें हो सकती हैं. Okay. Fine. Now, see, acetylcholine receptor. हाँ जी, is it okay, Dr. Sharma? चलो बाद में करते हैं बात इसके बारे में. We have lots to cover actually today, so we'll be going little fast. अच्छा, this is done. एसिटाइलकोलिन रिसेप्टर ज्यादा हो गए तो आयन चैनल्स आपकी ज्यादा हो गई। अब मान लीजिए through this there is no signal which is coming, however you did a muscle you did a tapping over this muscle, ठीक है। तो मसल के ऊपर डायरेक्ट टैपिंग करने से समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस, हमने क्या देखा था, जैसे सेंसरी रिसेप्टर्स में हमने देखा था ना, दैट व्हेनेवर प्रेशर होता है या फिर टच होता है तो क्या होता है, देयर आर दीस आयन चैनल्स व्हिच ओपन अप almost to that same tune. What happens, there would be few ion channels which can open up on muscle tapping. अब जैसे ही आयन चैनल ओपन होंगी, what is going to happen, there would be sodium which will come in. If this sodium is going to come in, so अगर आपने इसमें टैपिंग कर दिया, then sodium channels might open, not all but some of them may open, and if they open, what is going to happen, there might be the action potential which can occur and there would be muscle contraction. However, this muscle contraction will not be targeted muscle contraction, मतलब आप सोच के तो कुछ कर नहीं रहे हो ना, so this will not be targeted, and such a muscle contraction which is non-targeted, which is involuntary, which is pathological, is known as fasciculation, ठीक है। so vibration type का आपको दिखेगा इस मसल में। This can occur in UML or LML. See, this is going to occur in lower motor neuron lesions simply because in lower motor neuron lesion there is severe loss of acetylcholine. Okay, so muscle is in want of acetylcholine. However, in upper motor neuron lesion, still some acetylcholine can be released by the neuronal end. ठीक है, तो उसकी वजह से there can be some threshold stimulus which can occur at the level of muscle, तो उसमें upregulation नहीं होता है, so it happens in the lower motor neuron lesion. Okay. So after this, after fasciculation, we will talk of the tone. अच्छा, एक चीज और, what is fibrillation? Fibrillation is almost, जब हम बात करते हैं हार्ट की तो कुछ और होता है, जब आप हार्ट में पढ़ लिया होगा आपने probably, but मसल के अंदर fibrillation is basically the graphical representation of fasciculations. Okay, so fibrillation, fasciculation is almost almost the same thing. Fasciculation is physical, which you see, and fibrillation is the graphical in the EMG, electromyogram में आपको जो दिखता है, that is fasciculation, that is fibrillation. Sorry. Okay, now let us discuss about the this tone. With the tone, we'll also read about the reflexes. Okay. In fact, tone, strength, reflexes सब एक साथ ही cover करेंगे हम. So they are pretty similar and easy to understand if we do them together. However, this is little complicated, so just try to focus in here. Okay. हमने एक चीज पढ़ी थी, reticular formation, and that too medullary and pontine part of this reticular formation. Medullary reticular nucleus, right? We already studied this. So हमने क्या देखा था, that let us say we have this brain, this is midbrain, this is pons, this is medulla, herein this is cerebellum, right? And we go like this, and let us say this is your spinal cord, fine. Okay, now what happens, there is this corona radiata, and they come via cerebral peduncle, and they go through midbrain, and then ultimately क्या होता है, medulla के level पे क्या है, medulla के level पे there are these सॉरी किसी और कलर से लिखा। मेडुला के लेवल पे व्हाट आर दे आर पिरामिड्स हियर, राइट? And what is going to happen to this, sorry, when it is going to come over to medulla के बाद क्या होने वाला है यहाँ पे pyramids के लेवल पे there is decussation which is going to happen. Likewise opposite side से भी आ रहा होगा and there would be decussation which will be happening at the level of pyramids, and then these corticospinal tracts, so decussation कितने पार्ट का होता है? 80% of them decussate, 20% of them do not decussate. Anyways, so basically they come over here like this, right? और फिर उसके बाद आने के बाद क्या होता है? Ultimately ये lateral part में गए and then from the lateral part they give out the signal to the ventral horn. We already studied all this, right? इसमें कुछ भी नया नहीं है. So this is what happens. However, what actually also happens is that there in the medulla itself there are these ये हालांकि मैंने थोड़ा साइड में दिखाया but they are more medial. They are the medullary reticular nuclei. Okay, so what actually happens, the descending tracts which are coming, they gives out a signal, a positive signal to this medullary reticular nucleus, fine? And then this medullary reticular nucleus ये तो पॉजिटिव सिग्नल देती है, यानी कि जो आपका सेरिब्रम है, जो आपका ब्रेन है, that is exciting the medullary reticular nucleus. However, this medullary reticular nucleus, what is it doing? This is basically giving a branch out, right? And this is actually giving a negative signal, or this is inhibiting at the level of the ventral horn. Okay, so ventral horn पे क्या क्या है? ventral horn पे आपकी अल्फा और गामा न्यूक्लिया, अल्फा एंड गामा न्यूक्लियाई हैं, अल्फा गामा मोटर न्यूरॉन्स हैं, and those alpha and motor gamma motor neurons, what are they doing? They are acting at the level of they are acting at the level of muscle. So this is the muscle basically. They are acting at the level of muscle, and muscle में जाके both extrafusal as well as intrafusal muscle fibers they are supplying. Fine. So this we know already. So now just let me know one thing. Let us say if this is cut, the upper motor neuron tract is cut, what is going to happen? You see, अगर ये इस साइड की राइट साइड की ट्रैक्ट कटी है तो राइट साइड का जो ये मेडुलरी रेटिकुलर न्यूक्लियस है that is now not getting this positive signal. If it is not getting this positive signal, what is going to happen? This will not be giving out this negative signal at the level of this, right? At the level of the ventral horn, it will not be giving any output, right? So at the level of anterior horn or ventral horn, it will not be giving the negative output. So इसकी वजह से क्या होने वाला है? आपका जो आपका ये जो अल्फा और गामा एक्टिव अल्फा और गामा न्यूरॉन्स हैं, they are going to get stimulated. Are you getting this? This is a little complicated. So just let me know if you are with me. यहाँ तक आया है समझ में आपकी? Okay. Just a simple repeat. Corticospinal tracts, they are coming down from the cortex. They are coming via pyramids. Just parallel to the pyramid is medullary reticular nucleus. So these descending tracts, they give out a positive signal to the medullary reticular nucleus, which in turn gives a negative innervation or an inhibitory innervation at the level of the ventral horn of spinal cord. So what is going to happen if one side इधर का ये कट गया, upper motor neuron lesion हो गया, then in that case उस side में medullary reticular formation जो है nucleus, that is now inhibited because there is no positive signal. So this will not be giving this what do you call it, the negative output at the level of ventral horn. So there would be some stimulation of the gamma motor as well as the alpha motor. So उसकी वजह से क्या होने वाला है, अगर ये stimulation होगा इनका, तो what is going to happen? There would be, you see, अच्छा एक चीज और मैं बता दूं आपको, what do you mean by reflex? Reflex का मतलब क्या है? Reflex का मतलब है, simple to understand, reflex में क्या होता था? There was this spindle, and the one supplying to the spindle was the gamma fiber, right? जो मसल स्पिंडल के मोटर पार्ट को सप्लाई करता था, that was gamma fiber. And from the central portion of this muscle spindle, what was happening? There was the sensory fibers which were going, these sensory fibers which are going, which were 1A and 2 fibers. याद है ना आप सबको ये? Which were, this is basically simple stretch reflex. They were going and they were entering the dorsal horn, and through the dorsal horn they were now giving out the, what do you call it, they were having single synapse, that too with this alpha neuron. ठीक है, तो alpha neuron के साथ ये connection था, इसका एक single connection था, right? So this was the stretch reflex. Now what has happened, that because of no inhibition from medullary reticular nucleus, what is happening? Gamma is now excited. So अब क्या हुआ, gamma already excited है, तो gamma के excitation की वजह से क्या होने वाला है? The spindle is already in some contracted state. The ends are in contracted state, and the center is in stretched state. So they are now primed. Right? So अब देखो, अब मैं आपको एक चीज वैसे point wise बता देता हूँ क्या होने वाला है. I think समझ में तो आ गया होगा. In UM lesion, what is going to happen now? There is increased firing of alpha motor. अगर alpha motor की firing ज्यादा हुई है तो obviously क्या होने वाला है? Your tone is going to be increased because the muscle would be in contracted state, so tone is increased. Fine. So the muscle will be hypertonic. Okay. Also, what is happening? If there is increased gamma firing, so gamma firing की वजह से what is there? There is increased sensitivity of spindle. As I just told you, the spindle is now more, it's almost loaded, it's more sensitive now. So because of that, there is hyperreflexia. Because of that, there is improved or increased deep tendon reflexes, which is nothing, which is known as hyperreflexia. ये समझ में आना चाहिए, this is important. ठीक है? So there is hyperreflexia which is happening. Okay, and sometimes what happens, this hyperreflexia can lead to, if let us say if there is both the simple reflex, monosynaptic reflex, and this inverse stretch reflex. If both of them are working alternately, sometimes in upper motor neuron lesion this happens. ये दोनों के दोनों alternately काम कर रहे होते हैं, and this thing is known as clonus. This typically occurs in foot. अभी आप जब central nervous system examination पढ़ोगे, then you will see that clonus is one of the findings in the upper motor neuron lesions. And what happens in that, if let us say this is foot, so if this is foot, what if you apply a pressure here? If you apply a pressure here, what happens? There is vibration, almost kind of vibration. एक बार इधर जाएगा, एक बार इधर आएगा. So there is this foot movement which happens abnormally. This is known as clonus. तो इसमें होता यह है कि एक बार तो normal deep tendon reflex आपका आता है, दूसरी बार inverse stretch reflex आपका आता है, simply because of this hypersensitivity of the spindle. This is happening, and they comes alternatively, and that is known as clonus. Okay, so when you'll be taught about this in practical, you'll also be shown video, or thankfully if from next month if you are coming, so probably you will all be demonstrated how to do clonus. Okay, how to test for clonus basically. Acha, so this thing basically is important. अब हमने क्या देखा कि tone जो है that is high because of increased alpha motor neuron discharge. Also the reflexes are better, or I would say hyperreflexia is there because of increased gamma tone, increased gamma discharge. That is there. So जो भी आपका spinal cord के level पे चीजें हो रही हैं, they are now better because the inhibitory control which was there, that is now not there. लेकिन voluntary action नहीं होगा. This is there. That remains true. There is no voluntary action which is happening. Okay. And voluntary action नहीं है अगर, there is no voluntary action, so that is known as paralysis. You might be knowing the simple term paralysis is no voluntary action. This kind of in upper motor neuron lesion, this paralysis is known as spastic paralysis. Spastic paralysis. Okay. So spastic paralysis में क्या होता है? There is decrease in strength. Definitely इसमें कोई doubt नहीं है. So decrease in strength का मतलब होता है voluntary strength. Right? However, this decrease in strength is in one group of muscle, either flexor or extensor. Right? So this spastic paralysis is there. Okay. And what happens in spastic paralysis? There is just hold on. Anyways, so there is this spastic paralysis which occurs. इतना आपको याद रहना चाहिए. अच्छा. So what do you mean by spasticity now? Spastic paralysis बोला है ना, तो spasticity का क्या मतलब है? Spasticity simply means, as I told you, there is decrease in strength or decrease in this voluntary contraction in one group of muscle, either flexor or extensor, but the other group of muscle doesn't have this issue. So जब आप, let us say you try to do flexion here, and there is, let us say, flexion side पे, let us say there is paralysis, while extension side पे this is okay, fine. So triceps is okay, और इसमें problem है, तो क्या होने वाला है आपका? जब आप हाथ को मोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे, it would be difficult to do so, right? Because triceps is still contracted. Triceps can contract, so triceps contract होगी तो आपका हाथ सीधा रहने की कोशिश करेगा, and if you try to contract it, there would be resistance which you will see here. So this is a typical spasticity. Rigidity में क्या होता है? So you might be asked the difference between spasticity and rigidity. In rigidity, what happens? In rigidity, both side tone that is increased. So there would be increase in the tone of flexor as well as extensor. Spasticity में कहीं एक का, कोई एक तरफ का जाएगा, ठीक है? इसके अलावा rigidity is usually associated with tremors, right? Like for example, rigidity happens in Parkinsonism. Okay. जब posture पढ़ाया जाएगा आपको, so in next few classes we will be taught about posture. So therein spasticity and rigidity will again be explained in detail. Don't worry about it. अच्छा, तो हमने क्या देखा? बेसिकली हमने देखा that upper motor neuron lesion में there is increase in the tone, and there is hyperreflexia which is seen. Just opposite to this in lower motor neuron lesion, because there is no lower motor neuron. So basically what was lower motor neuron? जो आपका वेंट्रल हॉर्न से निकल रहा था, that was the lower motor neuron, right? So ये जो अल्फा मोटर निकल रहा था या गामा मोटर निकल रहा था आपका, this is now not there. Earlier this was there. In fact इसके ऊपर जो नेगेटिव कंट्रोल था, that was gone earlier. But lower motor neuron, these are not here. तो क्या होने वाला है, आपकी टोन जो है that will be severely compromised. Okay, because there is no alpha motor. Likewise, if there is no gamma motor, so what is going to happen? There would be extremely decreased sensitivity of spindle. So there would be compromised reflexes. So there will be either no deep tendon reflexes or very less deep tendon reflexes. And this condition is known as hyporeflexia. Okay. And if there is no tone, there is no reflexes, this condition will be known as, again, and this is paralysis also. Voluntary तो कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है, paralysis also, but इसमें क्या होने वाला आपका flaccid paralysis होने वाला है, flaccid paralysis. Okay, because tone भी नहीं है, so there is no tone, the muscles are flabby and smooth, बिल्कुल भी hard, जो normal resting hardness जो दिखती है muscle की, that is all gone, so it will be very flabby muscles. Okay, and paralysis तो है ही. Just hold on, there are a few questions. See, yes, this alpha discharge, alpha का जो discharge होता है ना हमारा, alpha discharge can be, you can talk of alpha discharge in two ways. One is voluntary alpha discharge, one is involuntary, right? So voluntary तो चला गया upper motor neuron lesion के अंदर, जो ऊपर से आपका ब्रेन जो आपको ऑर्डर कर रहा था कि भाई हैंड मूव करो या मत करो, that is all gone. So there is no voluntary alpha motor discharge which is happening. That is true. However, जो reflexes थे, they are intact, right? Because the reflexes are at the level of spinal cord only. So they are all intact. Moreover, जो medullary compromise था, मतलब medullary inhibition जो था इस पे, that is now less, that is not there. So because of that, this involuntary discharge, so जो आपका reflex arc की वजह से जो involuntary alpha motor discharge हो रहा था, that is still there. Okay, and that is increasing the tone, and that is leading to spasticity. However, paralysis is still there. Paralysis का मतलब है voluntary action is not there. Yes, अच्छा, got it. ठीक है. Zoya, disuse, your question is diffuse atrophy would be seen in both type of lesions or just upper motor neuron lesion? See, diffuse atrophy is basically the term used when the voluntary action is not there. Okay, but involuntary is still there, right? So diffuse atrophy, अगर मैं बात करूं तो that is less severe form of atrophy, and that is seen in upper motor neuron lesion. In lower motor neuron lesion, disuse is definitely happening, तो यूज तो हो ही नहीं रही है मसल. However, जो आपकी जो resting tone है, जो reflexes हैं, उसकी वजह से जो movement हो रही थी इसकी मसल की, even that is totally gone now. So that is known as denervation atrophy. Okay. Medullary inhibition is for alpha and gamma. Both, yeah, it is for both. Amisha, it is for both. Medullary inhibition is for both. Okay. I hope things are getting little clear one by one. थोड़ा सा एक बार आपको रिवाइज जरूर करना पड़ेगा, because these are volatile things. However, एक बार दो बार आपकी समझ में आ गया, so you will retain them for long. They are the things to understand rather than to memorize or mug up. Okay. So this was about the tone strength and detail. Strength definitely is gone in both. ठीक है. So lower motor में क्या क्या हमने देखा? Tone is less, flaccid paralysis is there. There is hyporeflexia which is seen. Acha, now there are some pathological reflexes which are seen. Pathological reflexes which are also seen. So one pathological reflexes, आपको सिर्फ ये नाम याद रखने हैं. These pathological reflexes are seen only in upper motor neuron lesion. ठीक है. They are not seen in lower motor neuron lesion. Just a thing to remember. And why is it so? Because in lower motor neuron lesion, जो रिफ्लेक्स आर्क है, रिफ्लेक्स आर्क, that is compromised in lower motor neuron lesion. So therefore there will be no reflex which is coming in the lower motor neuron lesion. So pathological reflexes can be seen only in upper motor neuron lesion. So one is Babinski positive is seen in upper motor neuron lesion. There are few other reflexes. Babinski आपका मैं यहाँ पे थ्योरी में बहुत ज्यादा आपको नहीं बता रहा हूँ because it is discussed in detail in your practicals. इसके अलावा there is pronator drift. Pronator drift, it will again be covered in practical. So pronator drift reflex is also seen, and Hoffman's sign is also seen. These are the only things to which you need to mug up. So they are seen in upper motor neuron lesion, and they are not seen in the lower motor neuron. So what are the differences now which we saw in the upper and lower motor neuron lesion? मास के अंदर हमने क्या देखा था? मास में there is what, this is just the summary. मास के अंदर we see that there is approximately 20% loss, और इसके अंदर there is to the tune of 70 to 80% loss of mass. So there is severe mass. टोन में हमने क्या देखा? अपर मोटर के अंदर there is increased tone, लोअर मोटर में it is decreased. Likewise जो deep tendon reflexes हैं, they are increased in upper motor and decreased in the lower motor neurons lesion basically. So fasciculation or fibrillation जो थी, they are absent in the upper motor neuron lesion while they are present in the lower motor neuron lesion. Also pathological reflexes. Pathological reflexes, they are seen in the upper motor neuron lesion and they are absent in the lower motor neuron lesion. और upper motor neuron lesion के जो इसकी strength को क्या होगा? Strength दोनों की चली जाएगी. So paralysis would be there seen in both of them. However, in upper motor neuron lesion, it is spastic paralysis, and in lower motor neuron lesion, the muscle is very shabby, it is soft, and this is known as flaccid paralysis. Okay, so there are the differences between upper and lower motor neuron lesions. I hope okay. Involuntary action, hold on, बताता हूँ अभी दोबारा बता देता हूँ, don't worry. The medullary inhibition for alpha and gamma, ये तो question हो गया था, that's for both basically. Explain how an element involuntary action happen as no alpha and gamma fibers. Preeti, we just discussed this while we were discussing about the fasciculations, wherein we saw कि fasciculation क्यों होती है? Because there is upregulation of the acetylcholine receptor at the muscle end plate. So जो muscle है basically वहाँ पे, because there is no acetylcholine. So for the want of acetylcholine, for seeking more acetylcholine, थोड़ा सा भी acetylcholine आए तो उसको muscle बिल्कुल भी lose ना जाने दे. Because of that, for the sake of it, for the want of it, there is more acetylcholine receptors which appear on the muscle end plate. तो जब acetylcholine receptor बहुत ज्यादा आ जाएंगे तो उनके साथ में associated जो ion channels हैं, they are also there more. So in case when there is even mechanical stimulation of the muscle, तो वो न्यूरोनल स्टिमुलेशन नहीं है, आपने सिर्फ मसल के ऊपर टैप किया, ठीक है, जस्ट टैप्ड अपॉन इट, देन मैकेनिकल स्टिमुलेशन है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ द डिफॉर्मेशन ऑफ द मेम्ब्रेन, व्हाट हैपेंस, देयर कैन बी ओपनिंग अप ऑफ दीस चैनल्स. ओके, जो बहुत ज्यादा हो गई थी अब नंबर में. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ओपनिंग ऑफ दीस चैनल्स, व्हाट कैन हैपन, देयर कैन बी सोडियम इन्फ्लक्स व्हिच कैन अकर. बिकॉज ऑफ द सोडियम इन्फ्लक्स व्हिच कैन अकर, देयर कैन बी दिस फिब्रिलेशन. So इसमें कोई न्यूरोनल लिंक नहीं है, दिस इज मैकेनिकल बेसिकली व्हिच fasciculations which are happening. In upper motor neuron lesion, the voluntary control decussate and contralateral, but the inhibitory fibers from reticulonuclear ipsilateral. Then how both are lost in same limb? अच्छा निखिलेश, it's a good question. However, usually जो upper motor neuron lesion की जब हम बात करते हैं तो हम बात कर रहे होते हैं पूरे के पूरे की, मतलब both sides are gone. Otherwise also, if अच्छा एक सेकंड, दोबारा मैं आपका क्वेश्चन एक बार देख लेता हूँ so that I don't miss on anything. Upper motor voluntary control fiber decussate and the contralateral, but the inhibitory fiber. अच्छा Niklesh, in a situation where there is this. When there is this upper, let us say take one example wherein जो आपका रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन है वो एक तरफ इनहिबिट कर रहा है, ठीक है, और उसी फाइबर को मतलब उसी एंट्रल हॉर्न और वेंट्रल हॉर्न पे द लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन इज कमिंग. इन दैट केस व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, अगर वो एक साइड का इश्यू है, एक साइड का लीजन है सिर्फ, तो इन सच अ केस व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, इन सच अ केस यूजुअली the voluntary action would be there, as well as जो आपका ये होगा, जो आपके reflexes होंगे, they might be increased. ठीक है, so you are absolutely right in your thinking that such a condition will happen. And but मैं आपको जो बात बता रहा था, मैं आपको आप जो मैंने इसमें समरी में आपको बताया, उससे पहले भी जो आपको बताया टोन और इनके बारे में, I was talking of almost both side lesions, मतलब आपका total complete loss हो गया upper motor का. That I was talking with you. Hypertonic means actin myosin links are more. See Anushka, hypertonic, yes, hypertonic means that actin myosin links are more. Absolutely, yeah. Physically, they are in contracted state, but not complete contraction. They are in ये मतलब actin myosin bridges तो बन रहे, links are definitely more, but उनकी overriding is not complete. अच्छा, fibrillation is involuntary pathological contraction, and involuntary pathological contraction का simple होता क्यों है? Because of upregulation of the acetylcholine receptors. So there is more receptors which are there. Because of that, physical tapping, the tapping on the muscle can lead to opening up of sodium channels, and sodium channels will lead to a small action small तो क्या होंगे, action potential तो all or none होता है. So action potentials will be there, and because of that there would be muscle contraction which will not be targeted muscle contraction, however. तो इसलिए उसको fibrillation होंगे patient. Okay. Now let us discuss about the next topic, which is again a very important topic, pretty commonly asked from you, that is spinal cord, and this is our last topic basically, CNS1 ka. So from next class onwards, some other teacher will be taking your classes in CNS. Okay, spinal cord lesions. Spinal cord में there are very few things to read about in per se in spinal cord. बहुत ज़्यादा questions भी नहीं आते. Spinal cord lesion is the one which is usually being asked from you. Okay, spinal cord में एक दो चीजें आपको वैसे ही पता होनी चाहिए, that at the different levels of spinal cord, the arrangement of fibers that you already know. When we discussed about the ascending and descending fibers, we discussed कि किस तरीके से fiber नीचे से इस तरीके से जा रहे होते हैं. I'll not be discussing all this again because that has already been covered. However, what I'm focusing right now is the lesion. कौन-कौन से टाइप के lesions होते हैं? There can be हम एक-एक करके lesion पढ़ेंगे और उसके अंदर हम देखेंगे कि किस वजह से वो lesion होता है normally. Then we'll talk of the what do you call it, the problems which you will see in that lesion, और physiologically क्या problem आएंगी, ठीक है? So the first type of lesion, that is the lesion of anterior horn. Okay, so anterior horn lesion. Now what will you see in anterior horn lesion? If let us say this is your spinal cord, so where is anterior horn? This is anterior horn here. So इस lesion में क्या होने वाला है? This portion will be gone, right? This is the anterior horn lesion. So what is going to happen in anterior horn lesion? Just before that, what are the reasons of anterior horn lesion? Anterior horn में lesion होगा क्यों? It usually happens in case of viruses, जैसे कि पोलियो, ठीक है? अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हमने देखा था ना, ये लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन होता है पोलियो में, और होता क्यों है? बिकॉज दिस अल्फा एंड द गामा, ये जो अल्फा गामा जो कि एंटीरियर हॉर्न में है, they are going to destroy, the polio is going to sit in here and it is going to destroy these cells. तो ये cells ही destroy हो जाएंगी. So polio, West Nile fever, then spinal muscle dystrophy, spinal muscle atrophy, also in few cases of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So they are all reasons of the anti-Ahon lesion. And typically जो feature आएगा, जो feature दिखेगा आपको, that typically would be of the lower motor neuron type, lower motor neuron lesion type. Simple to understand ना. anti-Ahon गया तो आपका lower motor neuron गया, ठीक है, because यहीं से आपका origin है lower motor neuron का. So your lower motor is gone now. So what will you see? You will see, ये हम अभी just जो बोल रहे थे उसी का repetition है. Flaccid paralysis you will see. You will see hypotonia, right? You will see decreased DTRs, decreased reflexes you will see. You will also see fasciculations, right? So this all will be seen and you will see all these things. अगर वो सिर्फ एक साइड पे है let us say, तो ipsilateral side दोनों साइड पे है तो दोनों का दिखेगा आपको. नॉर्मली anti-Ahon lesion जब होता है तो दोनों साइड पे होता है, स्पेशली वायरस वगैरह, ठीक है. ओके, सो सिमेट्रिकल बोलते हैं अगर दोनों साइड पे है, एसिमेट्रिकल बोलते हैं इसको इफ इट इज देयर इन द ओनली वन साइड. सो नेक्स्ट इज, ठीक है, सिंपल टू अंडरस्टैंड. आई होप आई एम वेरी क्लियर इन दिस. इसमें कोई ज्यादा इशू है नहीं. anti-Ahon lesion is one of the simplest lesions which you can see. So second type of lesion is, which is definitely a little difficult, is the posterior cord lesion. Posterior cord lesion. This is not posterior horn lesion. This is posterior cord lesion. Okay. So posterior cord lesion में what happens? Let us say this is your spinal cord. So posterior cord lesion में typically what happens, that the white matter of the posterior part, so this is gone. Okay, so इस lesion में typically the posterior white matter is gone. Okay, अगर posterior white matter चला जाएगा तो क्या होगा? उससे पहले हम देखते हैं एक रीजंस क्या हैं इसके, मतलब क्यों होता है posterior cord lesion. It is usually seen in some STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. सबसे कॉमन इसके अंदर है आपका syphilis. पहले बहुत हुआ करता था syphilis. Now this is really uncommon. This is only common with the very few people, especially MSM, men who have sex with men. So these people can still, syphilis can still be found. And in chronic syphilis, there is one this problem at the level of इसको neuronal syphilis भी बोल देते हैं कभी-कभी, और इसमें क्या होता है, इसको बोलते हैं tabes dorsalis, which happens. Tabes dorsalis. And in tabes dorsalis, what happens? The dorsal column. यहाँ पे dorsal column है ना आपके. Dorsal column, they are compromised. They have a lesion here. तो इसके अलावा एक तो syphilis है, tabes dorsalis, syphilis, one and the same thing. Then in case of Friedreich's ataxia also, I'm not going into detail of all these, but इसमें basically myelin की problem हो जाती है. So dorsal horn के जो dorsal column है वहाँ पे there is kind of lesion or demyelination which happens, especially in the posterior column. Even in multiple sclerosis में भी ये हो सकता है, ठीक है. Even हमने already बात की थी अभी थोड़ी देर पहले जब हम बात कर रहे थे, even in B12 deficiency. So the ascending fibers are basically compromised. So अगर ascending fibers compromised हैं dorsal horn के, तो what is going to happen? There would be loss of, and definitely bilateral loss of dorsal column से कौन-कौन सी चीजें जाती हैं, बस हमें वही याद करना है. फाइन टच, डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव टच, प्रोप्रियोसेप्शन, ठीक है, प्रोप्रियोसेप्शन, वाइब्रेशन. So all these things are gone, and loss of all these things, especially proprioception. Proprioception के loss को क्या हम बोलते हैं? केवल the term is known as sensory ataxia. Sensory ataxia, right? So sensory ataxia में क्या होता है? Your body is not able to see or not able to comprehend the joint position. The body is not able to comprehend the joint position because the proprioceptive signals from the joints that they are going through dorsal column that is damaged now. तो अगर आपको ये पता नहीं लगेगा and you close your eyes, your body will sway. You will again read about this well in your physiology practical. So I'll not be going into great detail here. The only thing is कि proprioception loss हुआ तो cerebellum के अंदर जो सिग्नल जा रहा था आपका और ब्रेन के अंदर भी जो सिग्नल जा रहा था proprioception का, that is now gone. Okay, so only while your eyes are open you might be stable, otherwise you will be ataxic. Ataxia का मतलब क्या होता है? Ataxia का मतलब actually होता है you are swaying or your gait is not right, your movements are not right. तो normally इस केस में आपको wide gait मिलता है. your जो बंदा है वो पैर थोड़े चौड़े करके चलेगा, दूर दूर रखेगा पैर, ठीक है, सेंसरी एटेक्सिया के अंदर. एंड दिस इज टिपिकली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डॉर्सल हॉर्न लीजन. ओके, नाउ लेट अस टॉक ऑफ another lesion which is a very common lesion. In fact, I would say one of the most common lesions, that is central cord lesion or central cord syndrome भी इसको बोलते हैं. Why? We'll just see about it. That there are many things which are going to Kritika, yes, Romberg sign, absolutely, you are right. Just hold on. Okay, central cord syndrome. अब देखो होता क्या है सेंट्रल कॉर्ड सिंड्रोम में. इफ लेट अस से दिस इज योर central cord, what happens that a great amount of area just adjacent to the central cord that is damaged. This damage can be in small area also, और कभी-कभी ये damage जो है this can be in the large area also, but dorsal horn typically are saved. So कभी-कभी ये इतना बड़ा area is also gone, ठीक है, ये पूरा एरिया यहाँ पे चला जाता है, ठीक है. अब देखो होने क्या वाला है इसके अंदर, what are the problems which are going to happen here. So कौन-कौन सी चीजें आपकी compromised हुई हैं? If you just try to see it here, this is lateral column, right? So parts of lateral column are also gone now, ठीक है, it is extensive. Also parts of this is anterior part, so parts of anterior column that are also affected, right? Also the gray matter in and around the central cord, including that in the anterior horn, that is compromised, right? So great amount of area that is gone now, ठीक है. अच्छा, उससे पहले हम देख लेते हैं सेंट्रल कॉर्ड सिंड्रोम के रीजंस क्या क्या है. सो इट टिपिकली इज सीन इन syringomyelia. Syringomyelia is one condition wherein this the central canal and the area around central canal that has a problem, ठीक है. इसके अंदर होता ये है also in case of hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus में क्या होगा, that this canal is now becoming bigger because there is lot of CSF here with high pressure. So because of that ये जो एरिया है इसके आसपास वाला, यहाँ पे प्रेशर ज्यादा पड़ेगा, right? Because it is extended और बाहर तो बोन्स है इसके बाहर, है ना. So जो पूरा का पूरा साइड वाला एरिया है that will have more pressure. So because of this pressure, it will behave as if there is lesion here. Okay. Acha, it can also happen in case of some accidents. Accidents के case में भी there can be this central what do you call it, central cord syndrome which can happen, especially अगर accident के time पे आपकी hyper extension हो जाए. If there is hyperextension of the spinal cord, it can lead to the central cord syndrome. So these are the reasons for central cord syndrome. Now we'll see what is going to happen in case of central cord syndrome. देखो, एक तो क्या होने वाला है? Just try to understand this. That if the part of ascending tracts, parts of descending tracts, part of lateral as well as anterior column, they are gone. So there are, the tracts which are coming downwards through this lateral and the anterior part, right? Descending tracts come through lateral and anterior. So ye jo tracts hai, they will be compromised. So if upper motor neuron tracts are compromised, you will see bilateral upper motor neuron type of lesion, right? और bilateral upper motor neuron type of lesion में क्या-क्या features क्या-क्या मिलते हैं आपको? You will have spastic. This is just a repetition of what I told you just now. Just hold on. Just give me a minute, guys. Yes, just hold on. Let us see if there are any questions. Vaibhav, were you explaining syringomyelia? Vaibhav, I was basically telling that the central cord syndrome can happen in syringomyelia. It can happen in hydrocephalus. It can happen in hyperextension accidents, hyperextension injuries, and accidents of the spinal cord. Syringomyelia एक condition है जिसमें कि central cord syndrome हो जाता है. उसमें normally क्या होता है? सिरिंगोमाइलिया की अगर मैं बात करूं, आपको सिरिंगोमाइलिया के बारे में पता करना है तो सिरिंगोमाइलिया वैसे तो रेयर ही है, इट्स नॉट वेरी कॉमन. Central cord syndrome is very common. Syringomyelia में what happens is there is a formation of a cyst. ठीक है, cyst का मतलब होता है fluid filled cavity. So और usually ये आपका cervical region में ज्यादा common होता है. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे fluid ये जो है there would be this fluid filled cavity which will be formed, and because of that there would be compression in the adjoining areas. So इस area में compression बढ़ जाएगा, and because of that there would be central cord syndrome. So in सारी conditions में what is going to happen, the depending upon the extension of this compression or lesion, क्या क्या features आ सकते हैं हम वो बात कर रहे हैं अब. ठीक है, is it okay Vaibhav? Okay, so what are the features which can be seen if it is very extensive central cord syndrome, which is also compromising lateral as well as anterior descending tracts? What we can see is, because if descending tracts are compromised, we can see upper motor neuron type of lesion. और उसमें क्या क्या मिलता है आपको? Spastic paralysis मिलेगा, hypertonia मिलेगा, right? Increased dependent reflexes, then you will have increased tone, right? Then abnormal reflexes मिलेंगे Babinski जैसे की, है ना? So they are all the features which can be seen. और ये features किस level में मिलेंगे? Let us say this lesion is at T2. तो descending tracts जो हैं वो T2 के नीचे जितनी भी जा रही हैं, they are all be compromised. So this upper motor neuron lesion कहाँ मिलेगा? Below the level of, at all the levels below the lesion. So lesion के नीचे के जितने भी levels होंगे, they will all be compromised. Fine. At the level and below the level of lesion, they will all be compromised. Fine. This is one thing. Okay. अच्छा, एक चीज और मैं आपको बता दूं यहाँ पे, तो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड के अंदर what usually happens, and this is important actually to remember, very important in fact. Let us say this is your spinal cord and this is your lateral column. So lateral column के अंदर how is the arrangement? The arrangement is somewhat like this. So जो medial lateral में भी जो medial side पे है, that is cervical, then thoracic, then lumbar and then sacral. तो इस तरीके से अरेंजमेंट होता है, ठीक है, इन फाइबर्स का जो डिसेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट. So because of that, what is going to happen in case of syringomyelia or in case of this central cord syndrome, which is going to be compromised more, the lower body parts or the upper body parts? Definitely the upper body parts. So in this, what is more compromised is the cervical part. Cervical innervation अगर मैं बात करूं मोटर की, so that is there in the upper limbs. So upper limbs के अंदर upper motor neuron lesion बहुत ज्यादा दिखेंगे और lower motor are usually spared. I mean, lower limbs are usually spared. Are you with me? समझ में आ गई बात? So in a spinal cord, in the lateral column especially, this is the arrangement. And because of that, in the central cord syndrome, what happens? Usually the cervical part, the cervical descending tracts, they are gone. And the sacral ones, they are, the lumbar and sacral, they are still there. मतलब उनके फंक्शन फिर भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होते, ठीक है. अगर बहुत सीवियर है तो डेफिनेटली हो सकता है. ओके, सो अपर मोटर न्यूरॉन बिलो द लेवल ऑफ लीजन, दैट इज गॉन. अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, because in such case even the anterior horns, even ventral or anterior horn, they can be compromised. So what is going to happen? There would be lower motor neuron lesion also, right? But this lower motor neuron lesion will be only at the level of lesion, at the level of lesion. So अगर ये T1 है तो सिर्फ T1 वाला जो भी होगा वहां पे अब लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन होगा एंड नॉट अदरवाइज, ठीक है. इसके नीचे कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन लीजन में. Is it okay, guys? So at the level of lesion, lower motor neuron के features आएंगे. For example, what are the features of lower motor neuron lesion? Flaccid paralysis, hypotonia, decreased reflexes, areflexy and all. I'm not getting any answers. Are you guys there? Yes or no? Okay. Fine. ये वाला पॉइंट समझ में आ गया ना, लोअर मोटर का और सर्वाइकल का. These were important points basically. अच्छा, एक हम और बात कर लेते हैं. See what also happens spinal cord के अंदर, especially in the lateral part, here lateral में थोड़ा anterior side में, here what happens? There are the autonomic fibers, autonomic tracts, which are there, autonomic fibers which are there, right? So these are descending autonomic fibers which are there. So these descending autonomic fibers which are there in the lateral column, if they are compromised, they can definitely be compromised ना, because ये भी lateral column में है. एक second, there is some question I suppose. एलिमेंट वाला जो एक बार बताया अभी उसे रिपीट कर दीजिए. ओके, my one note is little hanging, just hold on guys. just making it correct. अच्छा देखो, central cord syndrome के अंदर I told you that usually the dorsal horns and the dorsal white matter that is spared, उसमें कुछ नहीं होता, लेकिन lateral column का कुछ part जा सकता है, lateral white column का, as well as the anterior horns they can be compromised. If anterior horns are compromised, anterior horn में हमने just क्या देखा था अभी, anterior horns lesion जब देखा था, we saw that typically lower motor neuron type of lesion is seen. Even in central cord syndrome, if this is gone, this part is gone, you can also see, एक तो upper motor आप देख ही रहे थे, वो भी होगा साथ में at the level of lesion, because अगर ये T1 के level पे है तो T1 के level पे ही there would be lower motor neuron lesion. So lower motor neuron lesion will be found at the level of lesion and not above or below it. So that is what I was trying to tell you. One more thing I told you was there are descending autonomic fibers which are going in the lateral column, lateral white matter. So if they are also gone, okay, so agar descending autonomic fibers, if they are gone, again इनका भी arrangement इसी तरीके से होता है, cervical वाले थोड़ा ज़्यादा medially होते हैं, so there are high chances कि cervical वाले जाएंगे. So because of that there can be one condition which is known as Horner's syndrome. This is one question which can be asked from you, Horner's syndrome. So if descending autonomic fibers are gone, Horner syndrome will be seen. And what are the features of Horner syndrome which are seen? It include ptosis, it include meiosis, and it includes anhidrosis. Ptosis, meiosis, and anhidrosis. Ptosis is drooping of eyelid. Meiosis is जो आपका ये है, what do you call it? Pupil. Pupil is constricted, and anhidrosis is loss of sweating on the forehead. So these things are seen on the ipsilateral side in case of Horner's syndrome. This is just something to mug up. Okay. Now, also, just try to understand this now. ये हम already पढ़ चुके हैं. I think it will be pretty easy for you to understand. Okay. What we read was that there are few fibers, especially pain fibers and all. What they do, ये यहाँ पे first synapse बनाते हैं, and then these synapses they go through the anterior white commissure. ठीक है, ये आपको पता है ना, anterior white commissure. This is anterior gray commissure and this is anterior white commissure. Sorry, हाँ ठीक है बिल्कुल. Yes, this is gray and this is white. So these fibers, especially this जो anterolateral tract वाले हैं, these fibers go through this anterior white commissure. They either go to anterior or lateral and then they go upwards. Right? This you already know. Now, if there is this central cord syndrome, what is going to happen? This all of the area is compromised, and also anterior white commissure is compromised. So if white commissure is compromised, anterior white commissure is compromised, what is going to happen? There will be loss of the anterolateral tracts, right? So इसमें क्या क्या चीजें आएंगी? Loss of pain होगा, loss of temperature fibers, right? So there would be loss of pain and temperature. And किस side का? Obviously bilateral, because दोनों के दोनों इधर उधर decussate कर रहे होते हैं. So they decussate from anterior white commissure, and that is now compromised. So because of that, there will be loss of pain and temperature bilaterally. Fine. Okay. Also, this loss will be of not just pain and temperature, also crude touch. Fine. So also pressure. जो भी आपका enterolateral tract से travel करेगा, उसका decussation is happening at the level of white commissure, and therefore there would be this loss. Fine. And this loss, yes, ठीक है, loss होगा. Okay. Hold on. Vaibhav is asking triad of, yes, triad of ptosis, meiosis, and anhydrosis. That is known as the Horner syndrome, and that is usually seen in case of the damage to descending autonomic fibers in the lateral white column. Yes. Lateral side से ascending fibers भी तो जाते हैं, उनमें क्या effect होगा? Lateral sides. Anterolateral pathway. हाँ sweetie, I'm discussing all these things one by one. Don't worry. एक एक करके discuss करो. See, likewise, जो ascending fibers जाएंगे, there can be a situation in which from the lateral part the ascending fibers are which are going up. तो ये मैं बात बता रहा हूँ जो आपको. So white commissure तो चला ही गया, loss of pain and temperature तो bilateral side का हो ही जाएगा because commissure is gone, right? And usually commissure goes first as compared to the lateral side. So दोनों साइड का मतलब पेन और टेम्परेचर का लॉस हो ही जाएगा पूरा का पूरा. ऑल्सो ये तो इस लेवल की बात हो रही है. इसके नीचे वाले लेवल से जो ऊपर सिग्नल्स जा रहे हैं, जो ऊपर फाइबर्स जा रहे हैं, the lateral fibers which are there, so they might also be compromised. Okay, so if they are compromised, even the loss will be there below the level of this lesion. ठीक है, तो नीचे के जितने भी आपके ये हैं pain, temperature and all those things, there will be loss of this. Is it okay now? Fine. Let us now discuss about the next one. Posterior cord syndrome मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बता दिया है. अब हम बात करते हैं एक एंटीरियर. जैसे पोस्टीरियर कॉर्ड हमने पढ़ा था, उसके अंदर हमने क्या पढ़ा था? द डोर्सल व्हाइट मैटर इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. एंटीरियर कॉर्ड सिंड्रोम और एंटीरियर कॉर्ड डैमेज. एंटीरियर कॉर्ड सिंड्रोम के अंदर होता क्या है? एंटीरियर कॉर्ड सिंड्रोम में मतलब क्यों होता है, कब होता है? सबसे पहले तो हम यही पढ़ रहे हैं ना. सो इट यूजुअली हैपेंस बिकॉज ऑफ द लीजन कह लो या फिर एथेरोस्क्लेरोसिस कह लो या फिर any other problem in case of infarction basically of the anterior spinal artery. This is the most common cause. ठीक है, तो spinal artery होती है anterior spinal artery, उसके lesion की वजह से this is happening. Please repeat about the ascending fibers. And he is asking. And it's pretty simple to understand here. कुछ ज्यादा है नहीं इसके अंदर. देखो हमने क्या देखा था, जो ascending tracts हैं, एक तो especially the anterolateral tracts. The anterolateral tracts which are basically decussating at the level of white commissure, they are compromised here. Okay, so if they are compromised here, all these pain, temperature, crude touch, pressure which are going through either anterior or lateral at the level of the lesion, they are gone because anterior white commissures they are passing, and that is now compromised. Second is while the ascending fibers are going up, what is happening? These fibers can also be compromised. So if they are compromised, especially the lateral ones are compromised more, anterior ones are still spared usually. So जो lateral वाले हैं, they are gone now. Okay. So even below the level of the lesion, these sensations which are going through lateral column, they will be compromised. So both at the level and below the level, they are compromised due to different lesions, different areas. Okay, anterior cord syndrome is basically because of the lesion in the anterior spinal artery or infarction in the area of spinal artery, anterior spinal artery. It can either be embolus, it can be thrombus, atherosclerosis, or whatever. or it can also be there in case of hyperflexion injury. What we read about in the central cord syndrome was hyperextension injury, right? So hyperextension injury मतलब अगर आप सर पीछे की तरफ करेंगे, hyperextension करेंगे, then in case this central cord lesion can happen, and in case of hyperflexion injury, the anterior cord syndrome can occur. It is simple to understand actually. Let us say this is the spinal cord, right? This is the spinal cord. This is the posterior part of spinal cord. This is the anterior part of spinal cord, right? So if you do hyperflexion, that means आपने क्या किया आप hyperflexion में? You basically did this. Okay. So what is going to happen now? So जो medial वाला part है, anterior वाला part है, that is now under pressure. So in such a case, the pressure is more here. Okay, so in case of hyperflexion, anterior cord can be compromised. So when this anterior part of the spinal cord is compromised, this is known as anterior cord syndrome. And other important thing is that it is a very big lesion. It is usually a very big lesion because most common is anterior spinal artery, which cover a large area of this. So यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि क्या क्या एरिया है जो कि जाता है. So it's a very big area which is usually gone. Anything up till here. So लगभग इस ये पूरा का पूरा area as it is. So this whole of this area is usually gone in case of anterior spinal injury. Okay. So what happens normally? The full anterior 2/3 of the total cord that is damaged, especially in anterior spinal artery infarction. Okay. और ये होता कहाँ है? It is happening more at the level of जो इससे पहले lesions थे, we were seeing they were more common in case of the cervical spine, but ये thoracic and lumbar में ज़्यादा common anterior spine. ठीक है? Okay. So what is going to happen? Now see, there are many tracts which are compromised. Which are the tracts which are compromised? Lateral wala, they are compromised. Anterior wali, they are compromised. ये वाला जो portion था anterior horn, that is also compromised, right? This anterior white commissure, anterior gray commissure, that is also compromised. So there are many things which are compromised. So what is happening? Also, the descending autonomic wale fibers the, which were almost here, just near the descending, just near the lateral tracts, they are also compromised. So descending autonomic fibers can be compromised, may or may not be, but if they are compromised in the lateral white column, and मैंने बताया आपको ये लंबर और thoracic में ज्यादा होता है. So अगर लंबर thoracic, इससे पहले हमने क्या पढ़ा था, सर्वाइकल में अगर ज्यादा होगा तो क्या होगा? सर्वाइकल, if at the level of cervical these autonomic fibers are compromised, we have Horner syndrome. And if at the level of lumbar, thoracic or sacral region, descending autonomic fibers are compromised, what they will lead to? They will lead to the fecal or urinary incontinence and not Horner syndrome. I hope this is understandable. Is it okay with you? If these descending tracts are compromised at the level of thoracic or below, like for example lumbar or sacral, the fecal and urinary incontinence is seen. अगर by chance anterior cord syndrome हो जाए आपका cervical के level पे, जो कि rare है, then Horner syndrome will be seen. Okay. Okay. Also, what is going to happen? There would be upper motor neuron lesion, which can happen at the level and below the level of lesion. Fine. Why? Because the these descending tracts, they are coming either from lateral and from anterior side, right? Anterior horns, sorry, not horns, anterior columns. So both of them will be compromised. So there will be upper motor neuron lesion also. And what are the features of upper motor neuron lesion? I am just repeating again and again so that you remember. What are the features of this upper motor neuron lesions? There would be spastic paralysis, there would be increased tone, increased deep tendon reflexes, hyperreflexia, there would be no fasciculations, there would be this Babinski positive or pronator Hoffman positive. So these are the things which we see in upper motor neuron lesion, and we will see such upper motor neuron lesion at the level and below the level of lesion because they are cut here, they are gone here. Okay. What about the lower motor neuron? Anterior gray horn, that is damaged. So there would be Ellemann type of lesion, right? At the level of lesion, but okay. So lower motor neuron lesion भी मिलेगा, but at the level of lesion because the anterior gray horn is damaged here. Okay, और क्या आपको मिलेगा? There would be loss of pain and temperature, right? Or crude touch or pressure also. Again, because the ventrolateral column is compromised, right? So there would be loss of all these, and loss, bilateral loss hoga, or below this level, there would be loss, right? Only the dorsal column sensations which are there, they will be intact. Rest everything will be kind of gone. Fine. हाँ जी, समझ में आ गया ना ये? इसमें कोई इशू तो नहीं है? Just let me know. Okay. Now, let us talk of second last one, and one of the most important one. This is Brown-Sequard syndrome. Brown-Sequard syndrome is nothing but hemisection of the spinal cord. This is hemisection of the spinal cord. So what happens in the hemisection of spinal cord? अगर मैं बात करूं, this is spinal cord. So what happens? This is kind of like this. This half of this area is gone. होगा क्यों ये? This can happen. Most commonly, this happens in case of stab injury, stab wound or something. So या तो stab wound की वजह से होता है, ठीक है? इसने चाकू मारा, ठीक है? और वो चाकू बिल्कुल आधा sharply आधे इसको lesion करके चला गया, ठीक है? और this can also happen in case of some tumors. One side tumor हुआ, ठीक है? जिसकी वजह से half of this is compromised. More common is stab. Okay. Now, what is going to happen in Brown-Sequard syndrome? Hold on. There's confusion that how we get to know that human are occurring at the level or below or above the lesion. Amisha, almost as a rule, you can understand that all these things are happening either at the level of lesion or below the level of lesion, except पेन. और पेन का मैं आपको बताऊंगा, ट्रैक्ट ऑफ लिजोर हमने पढ़ा था, उसकी वजह से ब्राउन-सीक्वर्ड सिंड्रोम में सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम आती है लॉस ऑफ पेन एंड टेम्परेचर में, that is nearly 1 to 2 segment below the lesion. So that is the only thing which needs different understanding. However, at all the other levels, just remember one thing: जहां पे भी lesion हुआ, that is compromised, and below the level of that area, that is compromised in almost all the other lesions. Brown-Sequard में सिर्फ एक आता है issue, and that is because of tract of Lisor, and that I'll just tell you right away. Are these lesions repairable? Chetan, it depends upon the reason for the lesion. Okay, like for example, if it is just a compression from outside, okay, या फिर let us say hydrocephalus है, so hydrocephalus can definitely be repaired. उसके लिए होती हैं हमारी surgeries भी होती हैं, there are medicines also. So such a case it can definitely be repaired. If the reason is different, something else, like for example, if there is a very bad tumor, so by chemotherapy or radiotherapy you can still resolve it, but अगर surgery करके आपको निकालना पड़ा वो lesion, then in that case some part of the spinal cord will also be gone. So in that case आपका थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा ये होना, है ना? So it will depend upon the reason for the lesion. ठीक है? So one answer will not fit here. Not all lesions are repairable. Some of them can be. Okay. So Brown-Sequard syndrome कब होगा? या तो stab wound की वजह से या ट्यूमर वगैरह की वजह से. अब इसमें क्या होने वाला है? देखो हेमिसेक्शन हुआ तो इसमें dorsal horn is also gone. Fine. The lateral horn is also gone. The anterior horn is also gone. Anterior commissure, half of it is also gone. And this is also gone. Even the dorsal horn is gone and the ventral horn is gone. So all these dorsal column. So all these areas are gone of one side. So there would be, just try to understand this, there would be ipsilateral loss of जो भी आपका ये वाली साइड होगी ना, सॉरी जो डॉर्सल हॉर्न से जा रहा है, that is fine touch, discriminative touch, proprioception, vibration. So ipsilateral of dorsal column, ठीक है? तो ipsilateral loss of the everything at the level of dorsal column, जो भी चीजें आ जाती हैं, कौन कौन सी चीजें हैं? Fine touch, discriminative touch, proprioception, vibration, etc. They are gone. Okay. Also because lateral column में ये जो मैंने आपको बताया था descending autonomic tracts which are there in the lateral column, they are gone of one side. So if this is happening at the level of cervical level, then Horner syndrome and all that will be seen. If that is also seen. If this is happening at the level of lumbar and sacral region, then the fecal and urinary incontinence that is seen. So autonomic disturbances can be seen. ठीक है? However, दूसरी साइड वाला जो है वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज इसको मतलब जो कॉम्प्रोमाइज हुआ है इसको एक कॉम्पनसेट करने की कोशिश करेगा, बट स्पेशली जैसे हॉर्नर सिंड्रोम है तो वो हाफ ऑफ दिस हिज फोरहेड विल हैव दीस फीचर्स जो मैंने आपको बताया. ठीक है? Ptosis, meiosis and anhydrosis. So half of his face will have these features and the other half will not have. So on ipsilateral side में होगा ये भी. ठीक है? अच्छा, what other things can happen? There can be ipsilateral UMNL lesions also. और ये कहाँ पे होंगे? Because देखिए lateral और anterior column गए हैं तो upper motor neuron गई है. ठीक है? So you will have the upper motor neuron type of lesion also, and it will be at ipsilateral side, right? At the level of lesion and below the level of lesion, it will be seen below the level of lesion. It can be seen, right? So it is because descending tracts are gone, right? So ipsilateral side में ये भी होगा. इसके अलावा और क्या होने वाला है आपका? आपकी जो there were this pain and temperature जो है, while we studied pain and pain especially, we studied one thing. हमने क्या देखा था? That these pain fibers come via dorsal horn. They have this innervation and they go to the other side. Also, we saw that pain fibers, they give the branch upwards. Pain and temperature. वो एक branch ऊपर और एक branch नीचे की तरफ भी देते हैं और ये tract बनाते हैं. These tracts are known as the tracts of Lesueur. AEUR था, I think. तो इसकी spelling please देख लेना एक बार. I think this is the spelling. I don't remember it completely. So tract of Lissoir were the one which were formed because of this ascending pain fibers. And what happens? These ascending pain fibers, they traverse to the other side after nearly 1 to 2 levels. ठीक है, तो पेन फाइबर क्या होगा, 1 से 2 लेवल ऊपर जाके they they decussate to the other side via tract of Lissoir. जो नॉर्मल स्पाइनोथैलेमिक ट्रैक्ट है वो तो सेम लेवल पे they go to the other side and then they go up, right? So there are 2 levels at which pain and temperature goes. One is at the same level which go to the other side, and also through tract of Lissoir which goes upwards, and then after 2 levels it crosses over to the other side. So because of these tracts of Lissoir which are there, if there is, let us say, section here, यहाँ पे section हुआ, so इसका मतलब है इससे नीचे 2 लेवल नीचे वाले जो पेन फाइबर्स थे, they were coming here, they were traversing like this, they are now gone. So because of that, there is, and these fibers now will go to the other side and will have loss. So there is contralateral loss of pain and temperature, nearly 1 to 2 spinal segments below the lesion. Okay, so complete loss of pain and temperature, 1 to 2 segments below the lesion is going to happen. Okay, so these are all these features which are seen in Brown-Sequard syndrome. Okay. Now the last one, we are still left with only 5-7 minutes, and this is the last one which I'm going to discuss. This is the complete section of spinal cord. Complete section of spinal cord, again, accidental injuries में बहुत common है. Even sometimes in stab wounds it can happen. There is complete resection of the spinal cord which is going to happen. So let us say if it is happening at the level of thoracic or lumbar region. So in that case, what is going to happen? There would be paraplegia. Paraplegia means lower दोनों के दोनों limbs जो हैं, they are gone. Because now what is going to happen? There would be paralysis at the level of below the lesion. ठीक है, complete paralysis at the level of below lesion. So there would be paraplegia if thoracic onwards कहीं पे भी lesion हो जाए. अगर cervical में ही lesion हो गया, if there is lesion at cervical, then in that case even quadriplegia can be seen, which is rare, but anyhow it can happen. Quadriplegia means upper limbs as well as lower limbs, they are all compromised. Fine. Acute injury में इसमें क्या होता है, देखो complete resection के अंदर acute injury में, just after acute injury, what we see is we see flaccid paralysis. We see जितने भी आपके लोअर मोटर न्यूरॉन टाइप के लीजन्स है ना, इस टाइप के फीचर आता है, बट दैट इज ओनली इन एक्यूट फेज. हाइपोटोनिया, एरिफ्लेक्सिया, दैट इज सीन, बट within 2 to 10 weeks, that is after some time, what happens after sometimes there are more predominant features of the upper motor neuron type of lesion. So after some time you see spastic paralysis, and this is important to remember. So actually spinal shock होता है शुरू में. Spinal shock का मतलब होता है that the lesion has happened and there is no output which is happening at the level of spinal cord. After some time what happens, the spinal cord realizes that भाई मेरा upper motor neuron lesion तो हुआ है, but still मेरे lower motor जो हैं they are intact. So उसकी वजह से upper motor neuron lesion type of picture is seen after 2 to 10 weeks, and spastic paralysis, hypertonia, hyperreflexia, clonus, that is seen. Okay, after 2 to 10 weeks. So that is as regards to the motor activity. ठीक है. Sensory की अगर हम बात करें तो sensory everything will be gone. All the sensations below the lesion they are gone. Right? अगर autonomic की बात करें, इसमें तो सभी कुछ इस तरीके से करोगे ना आप, एक एक चीज करके. इनफैक्ट सारे के सारे फीचर्स में सब में इसी तरह से करना है आपको. इन ऑल द लीजन्स यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि मोटर में क्या हुआ, सेंसरी में क्या हुआ, ऑटोनॉमिक में क्या हुआ. ऑटोनॉमिक में क्या हुआ? ऑटोनॉमिक में देयर इज लॉस डिपेंडिंग अपॉन किसका लेवल, क्या लेवल है. अगर सर्वाइकल लेवल पे लीजन है तो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, अगेन हॉर्नर सिंड्रोम इज गोइंग टू हैपन, ठीक है। अगर ये जो लॉस है that is at lumbar or sacral region, there is incontinence which is going to happen, and if एक और इसमें चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है, and if this loss is at the level of T6 or above, what is going to happen? Also the sympathetic fibers, this is important, sympathetic fibers which are going to heart and blood vessels, they are gone, right? So agar sympathetic fibers, especially to heart and blood vessels, they are gone, what is going to happen? There would be decreased heart rate, there would be decreased BP. So bande ko kya hone wala hai yahan pe? The person will go, because of decreased BP, he'll go into state of shock, cardiovascular shock mein jayega. Fine. So all these features are going to happen in case of complete resection. Fine. So even autonomic dysreflexia is going to happen. Anyways, these were the features which are going to happen. Hold on. If there are questions, I'll just first. Time is almost over, but not to worry. I'll take 1 or 2 questions and then we'll just say goodbye. Even without tracts of Lizor, warrant pain fibers sticker setting at lower S on the ascending from it's so want the ascent. Chaitanya, I'm really sorry, I'm not able to understand your question here. Anyways, I hope ये जो था आपका complete resection, that is the simplest among all. Brown-Sequard syndrome is the most important with respect to your examination questions, and most common overall is central cord syndrome. Okay. Okay, you can just send me your queries either directly or through your CRs. So not to worry, I'm available for any questions thereafter as well. Okay. So I think I'm done, and your CNS 1 is also kind of complete now. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. You were a great listener, almost all of you, and I could see there are many names which I remember by heart now. Chalo. So time to say goodbye to you. Hopefully we'll meet soon in person. Okay. Chalo. Thank you. Bye bye, guys.